I'm Julie Webb. I want to thank you for your purchase of Patternfish. I hope that you've subscribed to LitCentric Radio and that you're enjoying the show. Today, I'm going to share with you the bridge chart that I described in the lesson. Now, in this bridge chart, we're actually helping students build directly to the writing task. And we're helping students to develop some rhyming poems of their own. Now, I usually think of this lesson as more for the younger crowd, and I like to support students in this way because I don't know about you, but I found that for my kindergarten, first, and even second grade students, even some third grade students, that they have a really hard time rhyming. And for some students, rhyming is just a challenge in general, but for others, they can maybe produce a rhyme or identify a rhyme, but to actually put it into a poem that has cadence and rhythm and pattern to it, they find pretty difficult to do on their own. So I use this lesson as a scaffold to help them get there. So when you download the lesson, you're going to see that there's a sheet that has a suggested pattern kind of poem sequence on it. And there's also some sticky notes for you to print that have some suggested rhyming words that you could help students use. Now in this case, I've provided rhyming words for you, and these are all verbs that rhyme that will go along with kind of a fish theme sort of poem. But you definitely want to get your students' input too and add some more on there so that the chart is more interactive and they feel some more ownership of it. I'll give you an example of how you could use this chart. Now, depending on the developmental level of your students and how much writing stamina they have, you might want to actually just offer students maybe just the first poem for them to try out one day. Or you may have students maybe choose one of the three, or if you want to, they can actually use all of it as though it's one large poem. So to help my students to learn how to use these sentence frames and the chart in order to do their writing task, I'm going to label a little bit more on these sentence frames to give them a little extra help. So first, I want to show students where they need to identify an animal. So in this first box here, under that line I'm going to write animal, and same over here. So that they know in these two they need to show the animal that they've chosen. Now these rhymes mostly have to do with fish because we read Patternfish, so I'll use that as an example today. In these lines here at the end of every single sentence, they act as a stanza, and these are the words that are going to need to rhyme with each other. So I'm going to draw an arrow this way to draw their attention over to the sticky note rhyming cards that we have here, and to any rhymes that you've added there from their input. This way they know that since each of these ends has two rhymes, they can choose a pair of rhymes from one of the charts and add those in, and they know that they're going to work out in the poem. Our final box, or our final spot, is a little bit different. We need to choose a verb here, but it doesn't have to rhyme with anything. So that means students can go over to the chart and pick any verb they want, and it should be different than the two that rhyme at the end. So here, I'm going to write the word verb, so they know they can go pick any verb they like. Let's go ahead and build a poem together and see what it sounds like. All right, I'm just going to use the easy word of fish for my animal. So let's go ahead and write that in as an example for students. We'll do this first one together. Fish like to. Now I know I need to direct my attention over to the rhyming cards. I think I'll choose dive and thrive. Fish like to dive. They also like to thrive. Okay. Let's do the next one. Oh, same animal again. Fish with a capital F. Move with a, now I need to choose rhymes again. Move with a splash and thrash. How about that? Move with a splash. They blank and they thrash. I'm going to go ahead and keep my attention on the card here. And now I know that this verb is all on its own. I can pick whatever I like. How about they wiggle? I'll choose that one. And our last poem, all around they, how about squirt and spurt? Squirt, everywhere they spurt. So when students read these poems, it actually sounds pretty good. Fish like to dive, they also like to thrive. Fish move with a splash, they wiggle and they thrash. all around they squirt, everywhere they spurt. All of these verbs and different animals will work interchangeably, so we can help our students have the experience of writing their first rhyming poem. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you so much for your purchase. I hope that you'll leave a good rating and review for us on iTunes, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day at school.